Hi, Dave Smith here, DJS Photography. Just going to put my glasses back on. I have to take them off these days to do focusing because my eyes are not what they once were. Anyway, I'm going to try and make a vlog over the next couple of days. I am finally at the point of leaving Brussels. I'm stood here outside Gare du Nord. Quite a beautiful morning. If you've been following the channel, you know that this has been coming for a while now, and actually I made the decision about 18 months ago, and then I couldn't actually get to the point of resigning until about 11 months later. And then once you resign in teaching, certainly international teaching, then the actual resignation point comes about 6 months later. So it's been a long, protracted process for me, but I'm finally here, on my way. As I say, Gare du Nord. So my plans over the next few days, I'm heading to the far north, just south of the Arctic Circle, and I'm travelling by train. I'm truly fed up of aeroplanes. The things like the baggage limits are too restrictive, and takes all day to get through an airport these days. So I decided to try train. So I'm here. My first train is Brussels to Cologne. Then on to Hamburg, Haage-Tastrup, Copenhagen airport, and I'll spend the night at a hotel at the airport at Copenhagen before I carry on. Anyway, so this is stage one of what seems to be about a 3-day journey, and I'll try to put together a bit of a vlog, as I say, as we move on. So here we go. Thanks very much. Bye for now. Hi, Dave Smith, DJS Photography. I've arrived in Cologne. This is the platform that I arrived on. Unfortunately, I couldn't get set up quite quickly enough to show you the ice train that I came on. It was fantastic. I'm trying the trains as a replacement to air flight, which I just detest. And one of the things that really surprised me was how great the seats are by comparison. You get like plenty of leg room. The seats are nice and wide, so you're not scrunched next to your neighbour. They're comfortable. It's quiet. An excellent way to travel. Really pleased. Anyway, I've set up like this so that you can see the cathedral just behind me there, and I think you can see the platforms receding off. I get my train out. I'm going out to Hamburg next, and I get that train out from the same platform, but a different rail. I'm going to turn the camera around in a moment just so that you can see the arches of the bridge as you come into Cologne from this direction out here, because they just look spectacular. Victorian ironwork, of course, but a great day. I'm really enjoying it so far. Hamburg is the next stop. It was only like an hour and 3/4 from Brussels to Cologne. You definitely couldn't do it in that time flying, and I had no hassles at the airport. At the railway station. Just turned up to the railway station, got on my train, and frankly, I think that's how airports should be. What a load of nonsense they are. Anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around. I've got about a 4-hour journey next out to Hamburg, and there you go. There is one of the ice trains interrupting our view. I hope it hasn't stopped because I'm filming, blimey. Okay, so let me turn the camera around and show you the view from the other direction, and we might catch this ice train pulling out. Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording, turn the camera around, and finish off. Okay, so here I am again. I have no idea if I'm in focus here. Maybe I need to be a little further back, so I'll just take a step back. But you can see the sky is beautiful. These are the arches that I was talking about just behind me here. What a fantastic day to travel, really. Beautiful place. Came through Aachen on the way, or Aachen on the way here, and I believe there's a fantastic cathedral in Aachen, but that's a stop for another day, I think. I'm just kind of hoping that this ice train is going to pull out of here in a moment and go over that bridge, so I think I will just yammer on for a minute or two and see if it does go. This is not the ice train that I came in on. but it is going out on the same platform as I came in on. I think that horrid noise, which it's a bit like a barge on the sticks, is something to do with the controls for the railway. It does sound, there he goes, so he's pulling off, so we'll just hold off for a minute and we'll watch this fantastic train, the beautiful things, pull out through that bridge. There it goes. There must be, this is a huge train, they must carry well over 1,000 passengers on these trains, well over. Now I have to say, my journeys on the railways up to northern Sweden will have cost me about twice as much as flying would have done, and will take longer. I arrive on Thursday morning, taking an overnight train from Stockholm. But so far, I have to say, it's well worth it, and certainly this. So there you go, you see the ice train pulling out of Cologne, and this stretch only cost €23, including reservation for the seat. I just don't think you get better than that. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now. I've got about 3/4 of an hour. I'm going to see if I can find some lunch before I get the train up to Hamburg. Treated myself to first class on this train because it's 4 hours. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying this little vlog over the next couple of days. Bye for now. Hi, Dave Smith here, DJS Photography. So here I am on the train to Hamburg. This has been a bit of a disaster. After the excitement of being in Cologne, this train was 30 minutes late. So that's a little difficult because I have a connection in Hamburg to Copenhagen, and that's my overnight stay as well, so I have a hotel booked there. I have no idea how things are going to happen. So the train guards have sorted out for me. I pointed this at the window so you could see us whip by the German countryside. And now there's an announcement, and we stopped. So great. So anyway, the guards have very kindly worked out what the next train will be, and it'll be 7:30 from Hamburg to Copenhagen, and that will get to Copenhagen at midnight. So God knows what I'm going to do now about the hotel, because of course get to Copenhagen at midnight and getting to the hotel at 1 in the morning or something. So I think I should have a bit of time in Hamburg, so I think I might try and make contact with them there. Don't know how that'll work out. So anyway, we're on the move again. So this is my first class seat. I seem to have got all 6 seats to myself for some reason, but we're wending our way kind of gently northwards, and we'll see if we get there. So a little bit less exciting than Cologne, but we continue on our way, and there are other options for me if the Copenhagen train doesn't work out. I can go out to the airport at Hamburg and see if there's a flight into Stockholm or something like that. I want to avoid the flights because I think my baggage is okay. I think I'm under weight limit on the suitcase, but I have a tripod with me, and it's my main tripod. I don't want to, and these things are very expensive as well, so you don't want to have it confiscated. So anyway, there we go. So there's the countryside zipping by. I hope the exposure works out okay for that. And this is section 3 of my vlog for the next few days as I travel northwards towards the Arctic Circle. Thanks very much for listening. Speak to you again soon. Bye now. Hi, Dave Smith here, DJS Photography. This has been a weird day. I'm finally on the train out of Hamburg. I seem to have this whole carriage to myself, which is not surprising because this train gets to Copenhagen at 1 in the morning. I was supposed to get the 2 hours earlier train, but the previous train was held up by half an hour, so I get held up by 2 or 3 hours. Ain't that the way it goes? Anyway, on my way. This is section 3 of this little vlog, just to I hope you can see some of the countryside out here. This will have to be pretty short because I've got wires trailing everywhere and the ticket inspectors on the way, and but I thought you'd like to see what's going on my way to Copenhagen, and with a bit of luck I'll be able to spend the night there, but I don't know if the hotel will be ready to receive people at 1 in the morning. I sent them an email earlier, but I had to use an internet cafe to do that because, my word, there are no access points anywhere. The trains all say that they have hotspots, but I don't find those hotspots work very well. And they certainly don't work on the trains because my machine won't pick them up, and when I ask the guards they say no. Anyway, we're on our way. This is coming to the end of day 1, so I shall see you tomorrow from Copenhagen. Bye for now. Hi, Dave Smith here, DJS Photography. I'm in Stockholm, finally. What a beautiful day. This has come to be how I've sort of expected the summers to be here in Sweden. Been coming here for about 5 years. This might be my 6th year, and this is typically what we see. I'm right on the edge of the old town, Gamla Stan. That's the Royal Palace just to our right here. Not quite sure what this building is behind. Seems to be something to do with fishing, I believe. And I just shot a panorama of the waterway around the waterfront there, which featured the other side of this building, I guess the back of it. Anyway, I've finally arrived in Stockholm. Let me tell you a little about my day yesterday. It was astounding. I'd had a nice easy ride to Cologne, and we stopped there and made some comments, and then in Hamburg the train was delayed by 30 minutes, which meant that I missed my connection. Sorry, in Cologne the train was delayed by 30 minutes, so I missed my connection in Hamburg to get me to Copenhagen airport. Now what that meant in the end, I had no idea whether there was even another train at later on that day, but there was a 7:30 train, but that meant that I got to Copenhagen around midnight midnight, and then there was more problems because there was works on the line. So just after we went into Denmark, we had to get off the train and get on a bus. So it was coming at 1 o'clock by the time I got into Copenhagen Central, and then I wanted to get out to the airport. By the time I got to my hotel, it was 1:30. I was shattered. The upside of that is that it turns out the train goes on a ferry, and I happened to be on the ferry at sunset, and the sunset was staggering, really beautiful. So, you know, there was at least an upside, and I have finally got here, and I feel great today. So I thought that the sort of lateness of yesterday, and I was up relatively early this morning to get the morning train out, and I thought it might spoil today, but it hasn't at all. I feel great. Stockholm is just stunning. You can see the weather is beautiful. So here we are, Stockholm. So I've got a couple hours to kill here, and I've been walking along the waterfront. I'm going to go down to the next bridge. It's the last bridge on the waterfront that takes me into the old town. And then I'm going to skirt around the edge of the waterfront down to the photography museum. And then I think I'm then going to get lost in Gamla Stan, wending my way back. And with a bit of luck, I won't be so lost that I miss my night train north. I get the night train at about 10:30 up to Umeå, and I get when I wake up at around 7, I should be in Umeå. Now that's the way to travel. And I've done this night journey before and done it on a seat. not a very pleasant way to go. So I splashed out the extra cash this time and booked one of those rooms that has the beds in. So with a bit of luck, that'll be a nice journey, and we'll perhaps get a finishing off commentary when we get to Umeå, but I'm virtually home by the time I get there. So, great day. If I see stuff that I think you might like to see as I wander down, and my guess is there'll be plenty, I'll try and find time to stop and put the camera up again. But I hope you've enjoyed this little snippet of the journey up from Brussels going north. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Hi, Dave Smith here, DJS Photography. Okay, so I'm finally arrived. We're stood in the garden at my house here in North Sweden. House is just over here. It's a beautiful evening. I hope you can see that just behind us. I'm not sure you can. I've put an 80mm lens on here. So this is the end. I've actually been here 2 or 3 days now. I was way too exhausted to make this last vlog. So as you know, this is a little piece about a journey from Brussels coming by train. Took just about 48 hours to get from my flat in Brussels to Umeå. I then had a 4-ish hours wait in Umeå for the bus out here, which is another hour's drive. So all told, probably about 52 hours of travel, including an overnight on the sleeper. And I guess the big question is, would I travel like that again? Unequivocally, yes. It's way more civilized than air flight. Could certainly have got here quicker by air. The air flights are roughly 2 hours from Brussels to Stockholm, and then roughly an hour from Stockholm to Umeå, and then the hour's bus drive. But of course it's not as simple as that, is it? When I go online and I try to find myself a flight, that's actually got steadily more difficult over the years, and more recently I've been finding that flights are taking in total anything from 13 hours because of layovers in various places, because Brussels isn't a hub for any of the major airlines. So you end up flying to somewhere, waiting around, then to Stockholm, then onwards. So flying is not as straightforward as it might at first appear, and it's definitely a cattle truck. But if I did it again, I think there are things I would do differently. I think I tried to do too much on that first day. On that first day I was going Brussels to Cologne, Cologne to Hamburg, Hamburg to Copenhagen airport, and then stay overnight. And I got into real problems with that because there were just delays. There were delays on the Cologne to Hamburg route, and then there were delays on the Hamburg to Copenhagen route. So I think if I were doing it again, I would try to do less in one day. I should have taken an overnight stay in Hamburg, for example. But all in all, a really enjoyable trip. Most of my trains were first class. It costs virtually nothing to upgrade from second class to first class if you book in plenty of time and you do it online and all that stuff. So most of my journey was actually in first class. I struck really lucky with the sleeper cabin. Never been in one before, and my bunk was at the top. Now it was certainly well over 6 feet off the ground. There were ladders in there, of course, but you know, I'm not getting any younger and clambering up ladders to a bunk 6.5 feet off the ground wasn't something I was looking forward to. But as it turned out, I had the entire 3-berth cabin to myself, because the other 2 people who should have been in it were supposed to have got on at Göteborg and didn't. So that was a little bit of luck, but other than that, had a really good time. Nice journey, comfortable, relaxed, no problems, other than trying to do too much. So yes, I would definitely do that journey again. I would do it by train again, no trouble. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little series of just charting the train journey across Europe. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.